Hello friends, I am Jeyan. This is our channel Jeyansocial. The 46th US President Joe Biden trying to rectify some of the mistakes committed by the previous President Donald Trump. For instance, during the administration of Donald Trump, the America left from UNHRC, WHO, Paris Accord, Iran nuclear deal. Now US has a plan of reviving Iran nuclear deal. The nuclear deal came in 2015, but in 2018, Donald Trump left from this agreement. Donald Trump highlighted that the deal didn't bring any gain to the US, but at the same time, it gave more benefit to the Iran. So he left from the deal, and also he enforced more sanctions against Iran. Though these sanctions made Iran economically hit back, at the same time, indirectly Iran gave pressure to the US in Iraq, Syria, Saudi Arabia, where the Iran indirectly supported the rivalists in those countries against the US forces. So the America's policy of maximum pressure against Iran and Iran policy of maximum resistance against America, on the one hand severely hit the economy of Iran, on the other hand it also indirectly encouraged the Iran to do more uranium enrichment activities. Now we are going to see what are the challenges in the joint comprehensive plan of action, and if it is revived, what are the benefits it is going to give to the countries. Let me see the important timeline of this issue between the US and Iran. In 1979, there was a Islamic revolution in Iran, followed by there was a lack of trust between the US and Iran. Few years back, US came to know that there is a nuclear enrichment program in Iran, so they had a back channel negotiation with Iran where Oman has brokered between US and Iran. From 2013 to 2015, severe negotiation. As a result of that, the 5 countries and one, they are US, Russia, China, France and UK plus Germany and European Union countries. They all together made this agreement in 2015. The agreement particularly focusing on to restrict the Iran nuclear enrichment program, and also Iran must encourage the International Atomic Energy Agency supported team to investigate the nuclear enrichment plants in the Iran. Followed by, if Iran is restricting the nuclear development as per the agreement, then US will reduce its sanction step by step. After made this negotiation and this agreement, the US President Barack Obama tried to rectify this agreement in the US Congress, where the Republican has not supported this agreement. Even then, the US President, by using his executive power, tried to enforce this agreement and try to give waiver to the sanction step by step. But after the Republican Party US President Donald Trump came into power, he has left the US in 2018 from this agreement. He has highlighted reasons that this agreement didn't give any benefit to the US, and this agreement might not be come to conclusion, but unfortunately it came, so he is not interested to further proceed this agreement. At the same time, the European Union countries, particularly the Germany, UK and France, not supported the US leaving from this agreement. These countries try to negotiate with the Iran and US to bring back US back to this agreement, and followed by these countries in 2019 also tried to have restricted trade with the Iran. But US has enforced severe sanctions against Iran. The US also enforced severe sanctions against those who are head of the army department and the nuclear program in Iran. At the same time, the International Atomic Energy Agency is not favor of US sanction against Iran, because Iran has severely followed the restrictions and allowed the International Atomic Energy Agency experts to visit the uranium enrichment plant in the Iran. As a result of severe sanctions against Iran, Iran bank unable to have efficient connection with the global market. The shipping industry and oil industry in Iran hardly hit back, because Iran economy mainly depend on oil export to other countries. So Iran decided to revenge back America, so they focused more on uranium enrichment. As per the agreement, Iran should not exceed enriching more than 300 kg of uranium. Now Iran is enriching more than 300 kg of uranium, as well as enriching to the highest level. The enrichment, when it go beyond certain level, then it will be more useful for nuclear bomb development. The enrichment of uranium in Iran exceed from 3.67% to 4.5%. The heavy water used for nuclear program also increased beyond 130 metric ton. In 2020, the US has killed Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Corps Squad commander Qasim Soleiman, which also raised tension between the Iran and US. The US also exporting arms to Saudi Arabia. In Middle East, Saudi Arabia also have a rivalry approach towards Iran. For instance, in Yemen, Saudi Arabia is supporting one group and Iran is supporting another rivalry group to fight each other. So in this case, indirectly both are involved in war. But fundamentally, there is a cold war between Iran and Saudi Arabia. That is Shia and Sunni Muslim rivalry. If JCPOA come into force, then definitely it will give some stability and peace in the Middle East region. Now the International Energy Agency says Iran has enriched more than 8 times of uranium. It's about 2,400 kg of uranium. It is far beyond the agreement. Iran also demanding billions of dollars from America because its economy hardly hit back as a result of sanctions announced by US. Therefore, now the question is, when will be the negotiation finished and the deal joint comprehensive plan of action come into force? When the deal come into implementation, India also going to benefit. Now let me see in which way India is going to benefit. India is developing Chabagar port in Iran, which is against the China is developing Gwadar port in Pakistan. India also have a north-south transit corridor which passes through Iran, which has the access of 5 Central Asian countries. The US, by countering America's adversaries through Sanction Act, pressurizing India to reduce oil import from Iran. Now when the deal come into force, India has the free hand of importing oil from Iran, so we have more benefit. Okay friends, what do you think about this video? The American President Joe Biden's administration is now negotiating to bring back the nuclear deal between Iran and US. What kind of benefit it going to give India? Will it reduce the tension in the Middle East? Give your opinion in our comment section. We shall meet again in our next session. Until then, take care. Love you all. Bye bye.